a decade of impact. It's interesting hearing all of us reflect on the impact of Yelp and the Leo Africa Review, because I actively remember when we were just huddled in our very small office with Owl and a few others, ideating on what this could look like. And to hear from the fellows the extent of their commitment to these programs, I think we couldn't even have imagined at the time just how relevant these interventions would be. So congratulations to Owl and to everybody who has put in the work for the past 10 years. I'm here in two capacities. One, as a very, very big friend of the Institute, and also as a representative of Segal Family Foundation. Segal is a private philanthropy that supports local visionaries in Africa, primarily to address the complex challenges that persist in our communities. And when you think about the work that Leo does, this is very much what they're trying to do as well, right? And so as we're thinking about why these challenges persist, like why do we continue to have crisis of leadership? Why does poverty persist in the ways it does? Why are our education, health, and livelihood sectors struggling in the ways that they are? We really go back to this question of a collective understanding of what the problem is, as well as a commitment to reimagining alternatives, to investing in solutions, to investing in the kind of leadership that is going to take for us to be able to truly reach the potential that our countries and our communities can come to, right? And these are also questions of identity and changing the narratives that persist, that affect the ways in which we feel about each other, that affect the ways in which we feel about our communities, that affect the ways in which we as Africans navigate the world, right? And yet, when you look around, these are not funding priorities for a lot of people, right? So we're not resourcing this important and necessary work in the ways in which we should be, which is, of course, why, as a foundation, we strongly believe in the mission of Leo and are committed to continuing to support all the work that it's doing. So we have, fellows of the Institute who have gone on to do amazing things and have also now gone on to become our partners. That is also the legacy of Leo. It's that when you look around in Uganda or Rwanda or Kenya and you look at who is emerging, who is doing creative things, who is trying to find solutions to the problems of their communities, a lot of them are going to be connected to the Institute. And that in itself is telling of just, how impactful this work is. So, in this post-pandemic world where so much has changed and yet so much has also stayed the same, the question of the next 10 years is how we collectively rebuild our communities, how we equally stay connected to each other, right? How we are building is important, but so is with whom we are building, right? And when you look at the network of young leaders in Leo, it's very clear that there's a collective investment in the kind of futures that we want, and that, it's only through leveraging each other's strengths that we can build and, collectively work towards all that we're hoping to achieve. So I am very excited to be a part of this network, and we look forward to engaging more with all the amazing leaders that have come from the Institute. To another 10 years, Owl.